What's up YouTube, I'm EVscape and welcome back to another video. Today marks the first day of EV365. In case you're unaware, I'm going to be doing a new video every single day this year. I'm sure I would have said that in the intro, which I haven't made yet. I'm making this video before I make the intro, which is going to be the intro for every day this year, but I'm sure I said it in the intro, but in case I didn't, one new video every single day. Now, the first day of the year, I was wondering what I was going to do. I have my diary all set out. Should I do, a progress video on the main account, a hardcore Iron Man video? Should I go PKing? And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a bank video at the start of the year, and we'll do a bank video at the end of the year and see how much everything has changed, see how much money we've made, potentially how much money we've lost. Who knows? I might get myself a staking addiction throughout the year. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the bank video. Now, I have 3 different accounts that we need to go over the banks of because I've got my main, I've got my alt, and then I also have my flipping account, which that series is going to be resurrected this year as well. So let's go ahead and jump on into the bank of the main account. Actually, before we do that, I'm also going to be going over the goals for this year, talking about what I want to get done, in terms of levels, in terms of money making, in terms of pets and stuff like that. So after we go through the banks of all the accounts, we will go over that as well. So hopping into the bank of the main account, with the money obviously straight up. You can see in the top here, the bank is worth 586 mil. We'll just quickly go over everything. It's not going to be, me going through every single item. I'll just kind of explain how I work my bank. Is obviously the main tab. I have my money and my toggle. Obviously, I got a lot of that when I was going for the Infernal Cape. Managed to trade them over for quite a few Onyxes, though. Then I have my skill capes in order of when I got them, including the quest cape. Fletching first, fishing, then quest, hit points, range, magic, strength, attack, defense. Little spoiler there for the main progress video. We do have 99 attack and 99 defense now. 57 mil in cash. I don't really keep much money in cash. It's mainly all in items, which we'll get to when we get to the next tab. Cannoning for Slayer, and I don't have a code I want at the moment, so I've been using an Ancient Star for my barrage tasks, arrows for Kraken, and darts for Dust Devils. I always like to keep clue scrolls in my bank because I don't really do many clue scrolls. And that just stops me from getting them as drops, I don't have to see them on the ground and be like, CBA, you know what I mean? Next tab we go into is untradables. I've got all of the untradables. I don't know what this is though. Like, there should be something here. It might be the woodcutting outfit. I definitely know there's supposed to be some sort of outfit there that I'm gonna eventually have to get, but as you can see, we've also got all the diary rewards over there. 523 golden nuggets from all the motherlode mine we've been doing, rune crafting supplies and whatnot there. Have all the teleports in the next tab. This is sort of where I just go if I need to obviously get anywhere. It's not very organized, but as you can see, we've got a fair few scroll of redirections, which they do come in quite handy with the house teleports. Obviously, once I get 99 construction, they'll be useless, but pretty decent at the moment. Next up is the potions tab. I try and keep my potions exactly the same on both my accounts. Pretty bare on here at the moment, except for the super restores, which I use a lot for Slayer. But other than that, I don't really do much PVMing on the main anymore. I usually do that on the alt account because I'm obviously trying to max this, but I do need heaps of super restores for Slayer, as well as super attack and super strength potions. I never use super combats because otherwise I'm just wasting money. I don't need defense potions. On top of that, I've got my Zamihasta in here for some reason. Use that for stab Slayer tasks. Getting onto the main gear tab, as you guys can see, there's quite a fair few items that we're missing from the main gear tab. Obviously, they are over on the alt account. I do need to actually transfer this Ancestral back over to the alt account and the Sanguinesti stuff. But I just keep max melee on this account for when I'm doing Slayer. And most of the time I have the Grazi Rapier. For some reason, I have 2 Tormented Bracelets here as well. I guess one of them is from the alt account, obviously. Verdict Defender, we have all of the rings and everything unlocked. I'm missing a Dragon Warhammer and Dragon Hunter crossbow on here, but like I said, I don't really have all that much money on this account. Most of my wealth is on the alt account because that's where I do most of my PVMing. Room pouch, we've got the turquoise Slayer helmet. I'm working towards getting all the Slayer helmets this year, that's for damn sure. We do have both mutagens for the Serpentine helms, which is really nice. I need to sell that Din's Bulwark. I don't know what it's doing there. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the gear. We've got everything here, like all the placeholders for all of the max gear. We just don't have it at the moment. This tab I keep my Salve Amulet EI. Just when I was doing Theatre of Blood, I used to have it near my Salve Amulet E's, and I dropped it a couple times. And that's 800,000 nightmares on points. I'm never getting back. Next tab is a loot tab. Obviously, the loot tab on this account is pretty bare because I don't PVM on it. Like I said, this is just here for all the Slayer loots, but I did manage to sell most of it off because I'm planning on doing a loot from a whole year of PVMing eventually, and I sort of just want to keep my loot tabs clear. 24 spirit seeds, that right there is like 400,000 farming experience for free. We've got ourselves 25 dark totems and 38 ancient shards. I believe my arc light is fully charged at the moment, or pretty close to fully charged. Yeah, 7,000 charges. So yeah, I just use all of my ancient shards on the arc light, and I use arc light for like Abbey Demon tasks, Black Demon tasks. Like I just go hard on it because I'm not too stressed about it. But that's it for the loot tab. This tab is where I was keeping my raids drops and a small PKing tab. I guess this is for when I do Wilderness Slayer. I just take out a little bit of extra gear just in case I do encounter a PKer. But looks like we got a bit of other PK stuff in there as well. I don't get to much PKing, but if I do, I guess there's a tab for that one as well. Then we have the farming tab. I had to sell off my farming tab, and I can't remember why, but I did keep the mahogany saplings because they take 3 days to grow and they give a really good amount of XP. I've been very, very, very slack on the farm runs recently. I definitely need to get around to doing that a bit more often, but the farming tab, pretty bare, but it is still there. And the last tab, yep, I don't know. Let's move on to the alt account. Before we move on to the alt account, I'll just quickly show you guys the flipping account. I stopped doing this series in the middle of last year because I needed the money for the Theatre of Blood items. So I could buy gear, so I could do the Theatre of Blood, and then I just never put the money back on the account. Like at the time I was worth maybe 500 mil, and I'm now worth about 4 bill, and I just still haven't put the money back on so I could start flipping again. But 242 mil here, and then I also have just like some collectible items. Someone gave me all these feathers one day, and I don't know, I don't really collect items, but if people just give me a bunch of weird items, I'm not going to throw them out. Rakes are the only collectibles that I normally accept, but not a big fan of collecting things. But if you do have rakes, I will take them. But 242 mil on this account as well. I tell you what, guys, before we jump into this, it has been a pain in the ass to try and remember all my passwords and pins. I just want to make them all the same, but obviously that's not very safe, so I won't be doing that. But this is the alt account's progression, I suppose. It's bank account. I'll quickly show you guys the stats on this one. There's not really many spoilers here, but we're now max melee apart from defense and magic. Obviously magic isn't melee. I don't know why I said that. We're max combat, and we've got a few more prayer levels to go, but 99 strength, 99 range. I just haven't bought the capes because I really can't be bothered. But 31 million cash. We've got 42,000 Tockle. I almost have full graceful on here. I think I have most of the pieces. Yeah, 5 pieces. I just need 4 more marks of grace, and then I get that. I had to train the account up so I could go do Saradomin on it, which was, you know, that's a story for another day. There'll be a video coming on that very, very shortly. But not much to see here apart from the fact they got a zombie and an imp champion scroll. I don't know how we got those, and I don't care much for them, but we have them anyway. Moving on, I did actually clean up this account today, so the bank is looking a bit nicer than it did previously. Here's my runes and teleportations. This is basically just for elemental runes and astrals. You don't really get any of these runes as drops, so I keep them out of my loot tab, whereas the ones that I do get as drops, they're in my loot tab. But as you can see, we've got quick teleports wherever we need to go, pretty much. I'm not planning on ever getting 99 construction on this account, so I'm going to have a bunch of Scroll of Redirections. I've got like 30 million Nightmare Zone points on this, so most of them will probably go to Scrolls of Redirection for the house teleports when we need to get around. Moving on to the loot tab, this one looks a whole lot nicer than my other account. Uh-oh. Something has happened here. This doesn't look as nice as it did before. Excuse me one moment. Okay, there we go. I did have some bank fillers in here just for when I get rare drops from raids or anything like that. I'll use them to fill out the bank fillers. Like I said, this year I'm going to be doing a loot from 1 year of PVMing. So I'm going to make sure this is completely clean by the end of today. And then when I start PVMing, we're going to be going hard. I'm not going to be selling any of the loot. I'll only be selling big loots. So we can just keep track of them at the end. But the rest of the loot is going to be staying in the tab for the entire year. And then towards the end of the year, we'll figure out exactly how much I've made in just normal loots. It's going to be insane. But this is where I keep the runes that I get as drops as well, because I get a decent amount of these runes as drops. Lots of ores and stuff. This is all mostly raids items and herbs and stuff over here. And then Zulrah items. Down here, we've got a bit of rune items and stuff like that. But like I said, I just completely cleared this out because the plan is to go pretty hard on that loot from 1 year of PVMing video. That's going to be sick. I'm very excited for that one. It's probably the video I'm most excited to make, and I'm not going to get to make it until the end of next year. So moving on to the gear tab here. As I said, my Ancestral is on my main account. For some reason, I have 2 occult necklaces. Like, what? I don't understand. No Tormented Brace, because it's on the other account. But max melee, max range. We've got the T-Bow. I did have the Scythe of Vidar, but I had to sell that because I've got some flips going at the moment. I'm going to show you guys the flips at the end of the video. I had to sell my scythe so I could invest in some stuff for Hydra, items that I think are going to go up. 10,000 arrows of each, pretty much. We've got all the imbued rings, obviously. Sanguinesi stuff's on the other account. Got the rapier over here. We pretty much have everything except for the Dragon Hunter crossbow. I don't really need a BGS. No Arcane Spirit Shield either. And this spot is where I would normally put my Elite Void. Obviously, I don't have Elite Void on this account because I really can't be fucked doing 300 chompy kills and another 14 hours of pest control. You know what I mean? I probably will get Elite Void this year on this account, but for right now, I just really can't be bothered. 6 pairs of Barrow's gloves and 11 Nezzies. You're probably wondering why. We've got another little PK tab up here. I've been going out and doing a decent amount of PK, and so I'll show you guys that tab in just a bit. We have the Infernal Cape. I swear I had 2 capes on this account. Maybe I'm wrong. Serb Helm for when we do a bit of TOB. Normally I have the Imbued Harp. That's on the other account. I have a Dins on this account as well. Well, this makes sense. I have a Dins on this account for raid speed runs, but I don't know. Anyway, got the Insulated Boots because I use this account as a Rune Dragon ult when I'm not streaming, because I might as well just make some passive money over time. Rather than just have this sitting here doing nothing. But there's the gear tab, max gear minus the scythe, which is, I will eventually get that scythe back after the release of the Hydra. Next up is the potions tab. This one is a lot more stocked than the main, obviously, just because this is the account that I use to PVM on mostly. Manta Rays always stay stocked up because I do 10 kills of Zulrah every day. I've been doing that since I learned how to kill Zulrah, and I just keep kicking. I just keep getting a lot of Manta Rays. Almost 1,000 brews, almost 1,000 restores. I go through a decent amount of these when I'm PKing, actually. We've got 2,000 extended super anti-fires, which I bought for the release of Hydra. Once that gets released, I think they're going to go up a little bit, and hopefully I can make a cheeky bit of profit on those ones. But I'm no pro mercher, guys. If you're thinking, oh, I'm going to invest in this just because EVscape said so and that's what he's doing, trust me, you most likely do not want to listen to what I say. You know, it's just guesswork for me at this point. I don't know. I'm just hoping they go up. Don't take what I say as oak. We've got 132 Salve Amulet E's. Obviously, that's for the Theater of Blood. We drop those when we finish up the round, so we don't have to hold on to them. Why is this? There we go. Perfect. And that's the end of the potion tab. We've got one more tab to go, guys, and that is the PKing tab that I've set up. Got the AGS in here. I normally don't go out with a +1, but I've been feeling a lot more confident lately. So I bought the AGS. That's going to stay in here forever. Torag's legs. We got the tank legs and stuff like that. Been going at a decent amount of risk. I've been risking, like, you know, 3 to 4 mil when I go out. It's been really, really nice, and I'm thoroughly enjoying PKing at the moment. So you guys can definitely expect to see some PKing videos from me this year. But that is it for the bank. 2 bill in value on this one. We've got 250 mil on the other account and about, what was it, 600 mil on the main account. The last thing I need to show you guys is the flips. And before I show you guys, once again, there's nothing I hate more than when someone does a flipping video and everyone in the comments is like, oh, you're just trying to merch your viewers, you're trying to make money off them. Please, I am not suggesting you buy these items whatsoever. Like, there is none of that. I've just shown you guys what I'm investing in. I don't know if they're going to go up, but I'm trying this out. Do not take my word as oak. Don't invest it just because I said. Do your own research. Figure it out for yourself. I just want to show you guys where most of my money is at the moment. So let's hook in. I've invested myself into some Ancient Wyvern and Dragonfire Shields. These Dragonfire Shields I bought for 9 mil each. Currently, as you can see, they're at 9.8. The Hydra coming out is going to be a dragon, so we would assume that dragon shields are going up. That's what I'm assuming anyway. These Ancient Wyvern Shields I bought for 29 mil each. And checking on GE Tracker yesterday, a few sold for 40 mil each. So if I was to sell those off for 40 mil each, I would end up with a 200 mil profit, which would be absolutely insane. But I'm going to hold on to these until the release of Hydra, see what happens, and hopefully make a little bit of coin. If they do go for 50 mil each, bada bing, bada boom, there's a bill, 1.2 bill. I can buy my scythe back. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. If not, I might lose money. Who knows? I just wanted to try something out. I don't normally do stuff like this leading up to updates, but I've got at least, if I take this out and just do a price check here quickly, we've got at least another 816 mil just sat here in items that we're flipping. So another almost 1 bill there. As I said, the bank is looking around 4 bill at the moment, which is really, really nice. Just trying to get that up as high as possible, you know, no reason not to get it as high as possible. So the other thing that I could show you guys is my hardcore Iron Man bank, but I really don't want to show any spoilers for that. I've not even released a single episode yet, and I'd rather just, you know, get that out as it goes. But that being said, that's going to wrap up the bank video portion of this. Why do I have a kitten following me? Anyway, next thing we need to do is talk about the goals for this year. The goals for this year are pretty simple. I'm going to max my main account. That is 100% happening. So hopefully I can get that done by maybe the middle of the year. I think I have about 500 efficient hours to go, which equates to about 5,000 normal hours, because you think I plan it efficiently, you need to grow up. So that's the plans for the main account. Once I max that, I am going to start hunting pets on there. You guys know I'm not a very avid pet hunter, but after I max, I'm not planning on going for, you know, any ridiculous Lynx Titan 200 mil skills and stuff like that. I'm just going to go for pets. I think that'll be pretty fun. But in the meantime, I'm going to be PVMing on this account. Goals for this account this year, I'm going to get 99 magic and 99 defense. I'm going to slowly work towards 90 herb lore, and then just want to make as much money as I possibly can PVMing on this account throughout this year. Hopefully by the end of the year, when we open up that loot tab and we do the loot from 1 year of PVMing, it is massive. Hopefully it's like 3-4 bill just in normal loots, and hopefully we can get a few decent Theater of Blood, Chains of Xerix drops. Hopefully we can get a few decent drops from Hydra and stuff like that, and just really make a whole heap of money this year. The flipping account currently has 242 mil on it. I want to make that a max cash stack by the end of the year. So if we go 2147 minus 242, we need to make 1.9 bill. That equates to around 37 mil per week, or 5.2 mil a day. At the moment, I probably think I can average around 4 to 5 mil a day, but then once I get up to around the 1 bill mark, I'm probably going to be able to make 20 to 30 mil a day just flipping. So I think for the moment we'll slowly work up, and then once we hit the 1 bill mark, we'll probably just shoot up and get to that max cash over 3 or 4 months. It should be huge. Hopefully we can get a max cash stack on the flipping alts. hopefully we can get a max cash stack over on this alt and maybe even a max cash stack on the main. And I mean, if we get a max cash stack on the hardcore Iron Man, something is going seriously right. That would be hilarious. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for the bank video. This was just to give you guys an update of where the bank is at so we can see what we're working towards this year. To talk about my goals, bank is currently sat at 4 bill. Hopefully by the end of the year, we can be sat at a 10 bill bank. Now, if I'm sat at a 10 bill bank, I've just got no reason for money ever. I can go PK on whatever I want to do. I can spend as much money on whatever account I want to make. I can do giveaways and stuff like that for you guys. Hopefully this year is a massive one, but that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yo, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode in EV365. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out a new video every single day this year. Don't forget to click that bell icon as well so you get notified when it comes out. If you guys really enjoyed a video, you could also leave a like. That really helps out the channel to get the videos in suggested, and it's really good for channel growth. On top of that, if you are enjoying the videos and want to see some of these things get made live as they happen, I stream 5 days a week over on Twitch. Crazy stuff like this goes down very often. Boys.
Oh no, I know that noise. Oh, you have to.
I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe.
How much cash is that?
124 mil. Holy fuck. Muscles.
Dang, disgusting.
Did you just fart?
It's fucking disgusting.
And if you just want to keep up with my day-to-day wheelings and dealings, you can also follow me over on Twitter at EVscapeOfficial. All links will be in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Take it easy.